Impeachment ni VP Sara Duterte, aprobado ng Kongreso. What do you get when you threaten the President, the First Lady, and the House Speaker?
Huwag kang mag-alala, ma'am, sa security ko. Kasi may kinausap na ako na tao. Sinabi ko sa kanya, kapag pinatay ako, patayin mo si BBM, si Lisa Araneta, at si Martin Romualdez. No joke. No joke. Nagbilin na ako, ma'am. Pag namatay ako, sabi ko, huwag ka tumigil hanggang hindi mo mapatay sila. And then he said yes.
In a fit of rage kasi nakulong yung aide mo.
Putang ina ninyong lahat. Martin Romualdez, Lisa Marcos, Bongbong Marcos.
The chair declares the sufficiency in substance of Zabala et al. Impeachment complaint. So ruled. The chair declares the Cabrera impeachment complaint sufficient in substance. So ruled.
Eto, kunyari na surprise kayo sa balitang to Nakakita ng probable cause ang House Committee on Justice para i-impeach si Vice President Sara Duterte over the 2 impeachment complaints na inendorso ni mamayang Liberal Party List Representative Laila De Lima at si Manila Representative Abante. Ang tali, unanimous ang desisyon ng House Committee on Justice na may 53-0 pabor na i-endorso ng committee sa House Plenary ang impeachment complaints laban kay VP Sara.
Nevertheless, for purposes of our records, let me place on the record that there are 53 justice members confirming their support in the motion to declare the existence of probable cause in the Zabala complaint. So ruled. Again, pursuant to our rules, nobody registered an objection to the motion for the declaration of the existence of probable cause in the Cabrera impeachment complaint. That means that the motion is approved by unanimous vote. Nevertheless, let it be placed on record that 53 justice members physically present confirm their support to the motion by raising their hands. So ruled.
That is one half sa mga kakailanganing bumoto sa impeachment ni VP Sara, which is around 106. Sa impeachment proceedings kasi, hindi mo kailangan ng majority. Ang kailangan mo lang, 1/3 ng mga miyembro ng House para i-refer sa Senado at maumpisan na yung lintik na trial na yan na last year pa dapat nagawa.
We were not surprised at the declaration itself. Like, everyone knows that she wants to become president. We've known that since 2022 when, she originally wanted to run for president, but then, as we all know, she teamed up with Bongbong Marcos and decided to slide down to vice president. So what we were all surprised with was the timing of the announcement. So, the early announcement. It's only February 2026 and she has announced. So that's what we were surprised. That was the surprise. Malinaw na malinaw ang epekto, malinaw na malinaw yung mensahe that I think is malinaw na isang clear target ng message, ng announcement kahapon, precisely yung members ng Congress na naghahanda na simulan na yung impeachment proceeding laban sa kanya. Essentially, it's a warning to the members of Congress, no, na ito ako, tatakbo akong vice presidente. Sigurado ba kayo gusto niyong sumama dyan sa impeachment na yan? And judging from yung mga kwento-kwentuhan kahapon with the members of Congress, I think well received, message received. No? So naintindihan ng mga kongresista bilang mga political animals, alam nila exactly what the Vice President intended with that early announcement.
Kaya magugulat ka talaga last year. Masyado lang siguro naging overzealous sa pamimigay ng budget yung last year, kaya 2/3 ng nasa House ang pumirma sa impeachment na napunta lang sa wala kasi nga declared unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, tapos si Jesus Escudero pa-easy-easy pa.
By at least 1/3 of all the members of the House of Representatives on February 5, 2025. Mr. Speaker, for the record, may we inquire from the Secretary General the total membership of the House as of today, February 5, 2025.
Secretary General, will you please respond?
Mr. Speaker, as of the present, the total number of members of the House of Representatives is 306. The majority leader is recognized. Mr. Speaker, may we inquire from the Secretary General how many members of the House verified and swore before him the impeachment complaint?
Secretary General, please respond to the query of the Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Pursuant to Section 14, Rule 4 of the Rules of Procedure, in impeachment proceedings, the total number of House members who verified and swore before me this impeachment complaint is 215 House members.
Majority Leader is recognized.
Pero huwag kayong mag-alala kasi wala naman daw namimigay ng pondo sa distrito o party list para pumirma sa impeachment ni VP Sara, which is probably why it would fail. No, just kidding. Or at the very least, hindi kasing laki nung previous time. Pero let's be honest guys, kahit na sabihin mong hindi explicitly sinabi yan ng kung sino man ang nangangalat ng perma, there is an underlying unwritten understanding na if you do vote for it, most likely the funds will come flooding through the district. Kumbaga, you can expect some pretty payouts. Now, ano ba ang laman ng impeachment? Well, it all boils down to number 1, Sara Duterte betrayed the public trust by using her confidential funds and misrepresenting her SALN, which is corroborated by the alleged bagman na ngayon ay nakadetene na si Ramil Madriaga over kidnapping charges by Harry Roque.
Money deliveries under the instruction of Sara. In the morning of December 20, 2022, Sara called me and she said, "Sir Ram, please coordinate with Colonel Nolasco. Meron tayong deliver sa San Pablo, Laguna, sa Night Street, at sa Ombudsman." Sara added, "Bawi tayo sa kanila later." Later, I received a text message from her indicating the places of delivery, which include San Pablo, Laguna, Night Street, Office of the Ombudsman, and the corresponding contact numbers. Number 56. To prove the aforementioned allegations, I am willing to execute an affidavit, authorization, or any other document, and to perform all acts necessary for Committee on Justice of the House of Representatives or the courts to access the aforementioned bank accounts and all other bank accounts under my name.
Number 2, si former Senator Antonio Trillanes na paulit-ulit na hinahamon ng mga Duterte na ilabas ang kanilang bank records to no avail. Mind you, itong article na sinasabi ko or nakadisplay ngayon, 2017 pa, walang nagbago sa kanyang istorya. Talagang consistent. Dahil mukhang takot na nga ang mga Duterte na mahalungkat ang allegedly bilyones na transactions na dumaan sa pamilyang Duterte in his sworn affidavit.
ito yung proper format ng waiver. Ngayon hinahamon ko si Mayor Duterte, pirmahan mo tong waiver na ito nang sa ganon malaman natin once and for all kung ano ang nalalaman nung bank account mo dyan sa BPI Julia Vargas. At ito yung hamon ko. Pagka nagkamali ako, pag pinirmahan mo to at lumabas doon, mali yung akusasyon ko, magre-resign ako sa Senado at magwi-withdraw ko bilang kandidato sa pagka-vice presidente. Yan ang hamon ko sa kanya. Pero kung ganun pa man, siya pa rin ang magiging presidente, gagawin ko itong basis for an impeachment complaint. Ako mangunguna dyan sa kanya. Kaya ngayon pa lang, harapin mo na tong issue na to. Kung magkamali ako, wala na ako sa politika. Pwede siya magtago sa legalities. Pero alam nyo, no, dito sa issue na to, natanggal yung yabang niya natanggal yung tapang niya Suddenly, nagtatago siya sa legalities, kagaya nung ginagawa nun ni Vice President Binay. Ngayon, mga alipores na yung humaharap. Di ba? Sabi niya, nung March, i-issue siya ng waiver, hinahamon niya yung ibang mga candidates. Ginamit namin yung waiver na sinayna niya, hindi tinanggap ng bangko. So press release lang yon, propaganda lang yon, like everything they've been doing so far. I stand by my track record. Hindi ito ang first time na ginawa ko ito. Ilang beses na akong tumayo at bumangga sa mga powerful politicians like him. Hindi pa naman tayo napapahiya. At sa akin dito, importante lang Ngayon, yung issue na bakit ngayon lang ito. Alam nyo kung nakuha ko ito nung January ko ito nilabas. Pero ngayon ko lang po ito nakuha. Last week lang, to be specific. Once and for all, para matapos na. Di ba? Maganda naman yun Kung hindi ito totoo, you have the chance to get rid of a Senator Trillanes. Forever. Di ba? Ilabas mo. Pirmahan mo. Punta tayo sa bangko. Pag mali ako, immediately, I will resign on the spot. And I will withdraw my candidacy as Vice President. Mayor Duterte, tigilan mo na yung drama. Pirmahan mo na yung waiver. Tapos na.
Number 3, ang mga reports ng NBI over the conditional death threats ni VP Sara kanila Presidente Bongbong Marcos, First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos at dating House Speaker Martin Romualdez as they recommend charges for grave threat at inciting to sedition.
Putang ina ninyong lahat. Martin Romualdez, Lisa Marcos, Bongbong Marcos. Huwag kang mag-alala, ma'am, sa security ko. Kasi may kinausap na ako na tao. Sinabi ko sa kanya, kapag pinatay ako, patayin mo si BBM, si Lisa Araneta, at si Martin Romualdez. No joke. No joke. Nagbilin na ako, ma'am. Pag namatay ako, sabi ko, huwag ka tumigil hanggang hindi mo mapatay sila. And then he said yes.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, to the members of the committee. As is stated in the affidavit of investigation prepared by the National Bureau of Investigation, the following are the elements of inciting to sedition. The offender does not take direct part in the crime of sedition. The offender uttered seditious words. And number 3, the utterance of seditious words is done by means of speeches which lead or tend to stir up the people against the lawful authorities or to disturb the peace of the community, the safety and order of the government.
Ito pong number 74 sinasabi na ito daw po yung elements na inciting to sedition. So, batay po dyan sa sinasabi ninyo at sa napanood po nating video earlier, yung po bang ginawa ni VP Sara ay inciting to sedition?
Based on the investigation conducted by the NBI and on the certification issued by the Department of Justice in relation to the Department Circular 20, the NBI submitted or the complaint referred by the NBI, which includes inciting to sedition, contains all the necessary evidence to prove the essential elements of the crime and should be docketed for preliminary investigation.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Nabanggit din po ninyo sa inyong affidavit yung grave threats. Para po sa ating mga kababayan nakikinig, in layman's terms po, ano po ang ibig sabihin, ano ang mga elemento ng grave threats?
Meron pa kang kerfuffle dahil hindi pumayag ang House Committee on Justice na buksan ang box ng tax records ni VP Sara with a vote of 38-6 with a rare upset kung saan nasa magkabilang panig sina Laila de Lima which moved to open the box at si Chel Jokno that said otherwise. At least masasabi natin na, naglalaban din naman sila kung kinakailangan.
I submit that this body has both the authority and the duty to examine the income tax returns in question, subject to appropriate safeguards if necessary, but not subject to outright prohibition. The Constitution demands no less. Let us affirm that in the hierarchy of laws, the Constitution remains supreme. Let us affirm that impeachment is a meaningful power, not an empty formality. And let us affirm that no statute may be invoked to defeat the people's right to accountability. For these reasons, I maintain and I move that this committee should proceed with the opening and examination of the income tax returns, the supposed contents of that box, and to reject any interpretation that would unduly constrain our constitutional mandate.
Na ang impeachment
May I solicit the necessary second to the motion to open the box raised by the Honorable Congresswoman Laila de Lima.
Second the motion. Second.
The same has been seconded by the Honorable Antonio Tino. Do I hear an objection?
I object.
The objection has been registered by the Honorable Benny Abante, which means we shall proceed to divide the House. Please be ready to vote. Again, the motion is to open the BIR box. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. You may put down your hands. Those who are not in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. With 6 votes in the affirmative and 38 votes in the negative, with 0 abstention, the motion to open the box is hereby denied. So ruled. Let it be placed on the record that the committee will not open the box. The COMSEC is directed to continue preserving and taking care of the sealed box until the committee decides on the existence or non-existence of probable cause. So ruled.
Mapapakita sana nitong box ang isa sa mga record na pwedeng magpatunay sa labis na karangyaan ng mga Duterte base sa kanilang mga binayad na tax. Kumbaga, titignan nila yung tax na binayad ng mga Duterte over everything that they have bought. Tapos kapag hindi tumugma yung nasa tax at yung percentage of income or yung property sa SALN nila, alam natin na nagkaroon nga ng mga pagdodoktor sa SALN ng mga Duterte. Pwede sana mapatunay nito yung labis na karangyaan ng mga Duterte which the committee rejected to open dahil, again, clarificatory hearing lang daw ito at hindi mini-trial. Bubuksan lang yan sa trial ng Senado kung mapagbobotohan nga and kung papayag nga yung mga senador to actually open the box na parang katulad ng envelope ni Estrada.
Ang video clip na ito ay galing sa aking series ng News and Worthy Recap. Check the entire videos for the complete weekly news recap and subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date sa mga local at global news na I'll make sure will be interesting to you. Particularly you, whatever your name is. Hindi ko alam, sorry. Salamat sa panonood mga ka-farmy. Like, subscribe, follow me like sa socials and avoid Joseph that will be linked down below. So, susunod of course. Paalam.